The morning air curled around Callard's horse, whipping its way up the flanks and over his armor. The chill has a way of hugging and shivering you all in the same movement, a somber embrace from a frosty mistress. The wet trudging of hooves on snow bounced off of the creaking woods of the forest round Balgard. Jorig and Ethenbold met with Calard of Garamont to discuss the terms of their coming engagement. Outnumbered, Calard knew that his engagement would test not just his martial skill, but his ability to command the men. 80 Vlandian men counted on Callard's judgment to win against 120 Sturgian and mercenary soldiers.
You're outnumbered. Give up or don't. Death in battle is a fine thing.
We'll fight to our last drop of blood.
Very well. Expect no mercy.
We have a fun fight to start this episode out, and it is going to be a pretty interesting one. We're outnumbered by 40, and Jorig's party is pretty well comprised at a staggering 102% health. Must be drinking his milk. It's got some warriors in here, but it's mainly comprised of Sturgian recruits at 20, which is going to be nice to hopefully deal with. There are 50 infantry in their 15 range, only 5 cav. And taking a look over here at Ethenbold's, they would get 42 infantry, almost entirely Sturgian recruits. So we do have the advantage here of having a much more elite, quote-unquote, fighting force. It is kind of still mixed across a large contingent of troops. We have mainly ranged with infantry infantry and cavalry. So we'll see how this goes here, and how Calard of Garamont will stack up against Jorig and Ethenbold. We're on the battlefield here, so I'm going to go ahead and do a shield wall. We're outnumbered, so it's back here. They're going to follow me. I kind of want to play a little defensively here, but I think we're probably going to get an initial charge out from these 5 cav units. And we're back on the live branch. For Callard's playthrough, I will always use the live branch. Alright, a nice big hefty hit there. We'll try to get these guys down fast. And it'll be a good little quick kill here just to get these 5 out of the way. Aha! A skewer! A stab! And a chop! Okay, well maybe not the chop on that one. Alright, well that guy's down. Archers doing their job back there. You have to really be careful with those these brigands, because their throwing weapons can just completely destroy you, and especially in 1.4.1 if you are trying that out. Aha, I got one of them. Get back to our men. Again, want to just reinforce that line. We don't want our men to kind of get too isolated. I want to be able to crash into the side of these guys. Alright. Well, here goes nothing. Calard, advance! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh! Got the horse and not the guy. Got the horse and not the guy. Telling my infantry to advance versus having them charge will make it so that they will not break rank, hopefully. But mainly it's that they will use the weapon that they are best suited for, not the one that is in their number 1 slot. That's the difference between charge and... that's my guy. Charge and... get this guy. Let's get this guy. Oh. Good. Good. I'm sorry. We're not friends. Got a real good spread here as far as, like, wounds taken on. Don't want to get too carried away attacking these archers here. And I've used advance on everything that I'm having charge because I want them to use their best weapon. That's what the difference between advance and charge. Charge will use their number 1 slot weapon. Whatever, 697 health. Of course it murked him. This one looks like it is going well for Calard of Garamont, who fears no evil. Takes the king's banner down the center and rides through with it. You know what this actually absolutely calls for, though? A victory neigh! Everyone,
Hold fire!
Charge. Get a full charge in this. We'll just kind of sweep up whatever we can, try and get as many prisoners. Taking a look at my army, we only lost 2 footmen and a picked warrior, so I'm pretty okay with the outcome here. Overall, I think it went very well. I was actually expecting a lot more losses. truly having a lot of heavy cavalry really does a huge advantage for you. Did we get both of their lords? Ethelbold is wounded, and Yorig is wounded. Yes, good. This will be a lump sum for Calard. We're not friends, like I said before. We're not friends. Ah, right as you try to get out. And 70 polearm 2 will actually push us up in our skill level. Let us take a look at the spoils of war for Calard of Garamont. I'm stoked on that win. Alright, Ethelbold. You're at my mercy, for you are now my prisoner. And you as well, Yorig. Let's take a look at how many prisoners we can even take on. So let's take these looters and put them all back. Let's take these looters and put them all back. Actually, we'll just take the whole lot. We'll take the whole lot first. And now I'll take the looters back. And we're at 55 total. We need to get rid of 14. Which, I mean, get rid of 14 right now. Boom. There we go. That's a good haul. Our saplings are all ready to go up in a level here. Our Vlandian crossbowmen and our hardened crossbowmen. We have a whole back line that's ready to level up. And again, please keep in mind that this is version 1.4, not 1.4.1. So all of the enhancements and changes to their armor have not kicked in. I purposely am making a point to only play on the main branch for Calard of Garamont's campaign. I don't want anything to happen with the beta tests that would potentially compromise this character. So we're going to try and... Oh, look at that Oathsworn. We're going to try and only stay on the main branch with this character from now on. And I'm going to hold off on upgrading these guys because right now our daily party wage is 679. And we don't have any other way to get money right now. So we shouldn't jump too crazily into upgrading all those guys because it's going to cost a huge or substantial increase in our daily party wages. So let's go and sell these guys at a castle, get some good influence, and get anything cool. Arg. I always hope that anytime we get one of the mercenary Vlandian lords that we'll get lucky and get their armor to drop. Because remember, you have a chance to get their armor to drop. And in my experience, there are two things that are going to increase that drop chance. A, further time in the game, the more days played on the game. And B, roguery. Roguery, even though the majority of the skills or the perks of that skill tree are disabled, roguery's innate ability to increase your loot drops will kick in. But unfortunately, Calard is no rogue. He is a virtuous knight of Bretonnia. Right, so we got a good haul there. And honestly, like, we're in a very, very good spot here. Taking a look, we're going to head right over here to Off Castle. We're going to trade these guys in. And actually kind of dirty, but we'll scoop this guy up here real quick. We can get him. It's just another dude to turn in. Oh, got him. Got this guy really fast. This feels like cheating. Attacking this army of 3, but
everyone, charge!
They're basically glorified looters right now at this point. Wow, that guy killed a sapling. That guy nailed a Vlandian gallant. Wow. Remember when I said these are glorified looters? That poor sapling was ready to be leveled up too. Poor guy. But we'll get another gentleman to increase our load, and we won't bother with any of them, unless we have any peasants we could put back. But yeah, one of the guys already escaped. Ethelbold escaped, but we have these two gentlemen instead, so we'll just go get them in. Off castle. So basically, we traded one for the other. Barton's army is getting chased by Ragnavads. Ragnvads. Ugh. Don't worry, my lord. We will come to your aid. Uh-oh. Someone just escaped. Yorig of the Sturgians has escaped from captivity. Oh, well. That's okay. The majority of it is going to be in the troops that we're going to get our bonuses to our influence. Remember, this is 1.4, so there is a substantial nerf to the gains from all of your... Or not lower tall. All of the gains from the influence that you get when you turn in prisoners. So Unfortunately, that is in effect right now, but that's okay. I don't think there's anyone I want to convert here. We'll just kind of sell the lot. We're at 26 influence. That was miserable. That was a lot, and we got 28 influence from that. So we can definitely see that didn't give you an idea of how brutal the nerf to influence is. You can really now see it in full effect. Hopefully we'll get some sort of change to that, but I know a lot of people are saying that influence if experience is pretty easy to come across. So right now, what we need to focus on is getting more money. We cannot propose to Milady without that money, like it is in real life, right? So if we take a look, heroes, now Vlandia. So we cannot propose to Liena until we get around 6,000 or 7,000. We'll have to go to Aldrich to do so. I think Aldrich's in this army. No, he is not in this army. So that's going to be our focus today. Is we're going to try and accrue some money to prepare for the proposal to Milady. We'll be able to fill out our clan a little bit better. We're almost at tier 3, which is quite nice. And we want to push ourselves into vassalage with the Vlandians today as well, if not in our next episode. But right now I'm using that influence gain for all of the money that we're going to be getting. Well, modest amount of money, clearly, that we're getting from this mercenary contract. We will lose out on that. So I think another focus is really going to be on trying to increase our money to buy a workshop. A tannery of some sort, perhaps an ox hall, will help supplement our income quite a bit. Looking across all of our characters, I don't think we have anyone... Yeah, we don't have anyone with substantial trade outside of myself, obviously. So we can't really set up a caravan right now with anyone of worth. So we've got some things that we definitely have to take care of. And we do also have this strapping war now with Sturgia. And we're, quite honestly, just absolutely crushing it. So we have quite a few things in store for Calard of Garamont. So what I think we're going to do here is... Let me... Here. Maybe perhaps check an arena over here in Omar where we get a little recovery and we'll sell some goods. We have a lot to sell, actually. I just remembered that. So let's take a look here. Anything in the arena? Ooh, a fish harpoon, which is really not the most substantial thing I could have imagined from an arena win. And the ones here are very challenging. But let's take a look at what we can do. Imperial leather armor is quite nice. But does Mertian deserve Imperial leather armor as much as I deserve the income? Because I am Calard of Garamont, a noble knight from Bretonia, and I need to buy special things for my hair because I am a knight. Let's take a look. Some of it. And again, I'm using the reshade. It's not a mod, but reshade is like available for pretty much any executable, and it makes it so things look a lot sharper. Like when you take a look at this, like you can see the texture on the cloth here. Like I love this thing. Like Surreal Beliefs turned me onto it, and it's something that I have really been enjoying. This actually sells for more. So what I'm going to do is Waparoo. Sure, it's Sturgian, but it's pretty cool. I actually think this is one of my favorite. This is the thing that the Sturgian spearmen wear, but it's one of my favorite, just kind of low level, low tier armor pieces. It's really cool looking. Characters here. Where's Aldrich? Aldrich has got a pretty good piece of armor on. I'm going to just lock that. Sell all of this. That'll give us 12,906. So remember when I said the focus of this episode is going to be getting money? Well, looks like we just pulled that off. Always look to see what some of the armors look like. Guild. I want to keep this guy with a longbow. I could give her... Oh, Simple Short Bow is actually pretty good, a tier 5. But he's got a nice longbow, and I'd like to give him another longbow down the road. Not this one. To kind of up his range damage on foot. Ooh. I did not see that we got a Themyscene Steel Spathian. Now, the best part about this is that we can break it down to its constituent parts, and it's going to give us quite a bit of money. But it might not be the best call. Thamaskene Steel still trades for a lot, even though there was that large nerf to the way that they did a lot of the smithing, or I'm sorry, smithing recipes. They reduced a lot of those costs here. So we're actually going to put this on Big Calard, even though it is an Imperial weapon. Always love the look of, like, you can look at the scabbards and they change depending on what it is. I really do like that. I enjoy that. It's a really cool looking scabbard. But that is a better weapon. We're going to see a small drop in handling, but for the most part, like, look at this. It's going to be actually, we didn't even have that weapon on. It's going to be just a better weapon in general. Our swing speed is a little bit better on this one, but we're going to get a much further reach, and 87 swing speed is still not too bad at all. There's only 4,000 left here, though, so let's not go too crazy. I think we'll save the rest and sell it somewhere else. But we're going to get 14k, so that's going to be good. It's going to boost us up a lot. We'll be able to afford a workshop if we so wish, but I think getting married is going to be key right now. So now we're at 17k. Let's do some romping around the old map here and try and find Aldrich to pull our wife into our party. I think what we're going to do too is keep her on her own. You know, Calard is forging his own destiny, and Liena is an equally as opportunistic and ambitious woman. We want to keep her riding out to help out in the wars across Vlandia. And in doing so, she will continue to grow Calard's wages as well, because you do get money from having those characters a part of your army. So let's go and try and find Aldrich across the mighty map here. Let's see if I can rotate the map. There we go. Aldrich here. Not to be confused with Aldrich the Loud, my own gentleman. Last seen near Ormondford Castles. He's over there. Ooh, he's way over there. So let's go ahead and fast forward this as we head over to Ormondford Castle. But first, Calard must help a small town that needs aid. Now, Embers has these guys, the Oathkeepers. They are pretty not hard. All right. Oh, good thing we're covered
Archers,
in all of this.
Footmen, and archers, infantry, follow. Yeah.
Sometimes, okay, good. Sometimes certain towns will cause things to spawn in weird spots.
Archers,
I thought that was going to be the case here.
Infantry, make a shield wall.
Other guys coming up at least. Can't have them just sacking villages. Not on the periphery of Vlandia's frontier.
Soldiers, archers, loose formation, go.
Perfect. Already doing wonders to those Oathkeepers.
Infantry,
Wait for them to get closer. Ride through the hills over here, Vlandia. Oh, just missed. Could have gone to first person. I see they're already having morale problems. Aha! Just killed a peasant? From Vlandia? Very unfair. Mertian, head him off with the pass. Or any other axiom that I could apply to this situation. Mertian, he just ran over timber. There's loose boards everywhere. There's a 2x4 stuck in my horse's hoof. Aha! Taking those arrows quite well, aren't you? Yes. You thought you could escape, but there's a fence in my way that I otherwise would have bulldozed through. You got lucky. Take that, Ganimios. The rest of my men, charge them down. No deaths or wounds here. That's a pretty good, substantial little gain. As I... Oh, I thought we just lost a Vlandian knight. I was like, well, shouldn't have spoken. Perfect. We'll get some men to turn into for the paltry amount of influence that it'll get me. But you're my prisoner now, Ganimios. That is your real name. What we can do, though, take them and donate them. We will take all of these prisoners as well. And we're right near a castle, so we'll do that. Cracked nasal helmet with mail. That's easy. We'll jump over here to this castle. You do get more if you donate to the defenses versus donating prisoners. So we'll donate these prisoners. Get absolute nothing for it. Donate troops to the garrison, though, and we will get something for it. That's all of what I wanted to do. Sturgeon, Sturgeon, Sturgeon. Yeah, see, that paltry amount gave us 2 influence versus the 50 plus 2 characters that gave us 2 influence. So you can see that donating to the garrison's defenses is way better off than when you're just kind of saying, oh, I'm going to take this guy and see where it goes. Let's jump over here to Lintor and update us of where our lord is. So we jumped over to Valenby. No longer here. But he's way back by Drappen Castle. So again, we're going to just go ahead and fast forward and run on over to Valenby. Perfect. I saw that they assembled an army that was heading over to Ob, so I was hoping I could catch them on the way there, and it looks like we're going to catch them right now. So let's see if Calard can hopefully persuade him to sell off. Marry off Liena.
Calard, it's been a while. So then, what is it?
I wish to discuss the final terms of my wholesome, beautiful, loving, awesome, amazing relationship and marriage with your daughter Liena.
Very well then.
So I can't just press this button and ooh, 3,700. I was not expecting such a small fee for your daughter's hand in marriage, sir. But it is splendid, and let us conduct the ceremony. I'm just as happy. Let's get this marriage going. Well, it looks like I now have a loving wife of my own. So she has an army, and she has quite a lot of skills and great armor on. Now, typically a lot of people will just kind of pull the armor off of her. And while I could do that, I would need you guys to kind of give me that go-ahead in the comment section, because it doesn't really make a lot of sense from a roleplay perspective to marry my wife and then just completely strip her down of her armor and take it for myself. It's not very Battonian. It's not very knightly. It's not very chivalrous. So we will not be doing that. She's still leading her own party, and because I am not a very high clan tier, that party is going to drop in size just a little bit, but it'll still be quite fine. So I don't have any fiefs though. So that is what it is, and we'll actually make money from her doing her thing. I am also going to be charged daily for running that army alongside my own. So it will be very stressful for a little bit. That's why I haven't spent my money much right now. I still have all that money from trading in, and we're going to head on down over here to Ox Hall to trade in all of those weapons. We still have a pretty good sized force. We didn't lose anything in that big engagement out there, so we're going to run back north then and get involved in more Sturgian fights and hopefully kind of push that frontier even further. I think though at this point we could probably, I'm kind of okay with talking to Durthert and getting our thing moved on to a vassalage. I think that's kind of necessary at this. Cracked nasal helm. Not as good. Better, slightly. Heavier. Your helmet's way better. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Same with you, Aldrich. You don't need this pish-posh. all this. Well, I think for the most part, everything here is pretty good. Everyone's pretty set. That's me. Farming sword. Mertian, do you really deserve the $900 sword to really... Here, we'll give you this. It's the same thing, but less expensive, Mertian. This way, you know, shiny, sharp thing. You won't just go poke yourself. Cause a mass amount of blood loss. I still want this. Still want this very bad. But we're going to have to go over to the other portion of Vlandia to get it, because it's about 5,000 less. It is just, it's fitting, you know? It's very Vlandian. We want to look like Vlandia. In fact, actually, I think this is a different version. This is the Western Halberd, which the one we're going to look at is a different one. This actually has 32, 10, and 10. The other one might have some different stats. We'll take a look at those when we find it again. It's over in Ostican or something of the sort. We'll sell all this, and that'll give us a nice infusion yet again. It's up to 7,000, which will be good. So let's take that. That puts us up at 18k. And go to the arena. Nothing here. I unfortunately forgot to do that arena on Omor, so that's okay. But we do have some new skills here we can kind of tinker with. Let's see. Basher, Shield Bash now deals 50% more damage and stuns your enemy for longer. And blocks you make with one-handed weapons are 50% stronger against crush throughs. Let's go with the Shield Bash here. I like Basher a lot. Increase your damage with axes and maces, which we're not using any of. And swing speed increase. So we'll do this increase. Our riding, this won't really matter here. We'll just choose one. And our tactics. Cavalry attacks 10% more. Now, okay. We're actually going to drop this other focus point into leadership, because I want to start leading armies soon, and the faster we gain leadership, the better. This is really going to help us out. It's going to increase our garrison size and morale of parties as well, but we're going to get a lot of substantial perks from this skill line, and it's a very important one next to Steward. So we'll be pretty set with those. Let's go over here. Let's give you Basher as well. I like that one. Swing speed. Reduce the effect of wielding a shield in your combat speed. And you're not mounted for us, so shield bearer it is for you. And actually, you do have a shield on. The points increased by 2. Recent more damage will a one-handed weapon without a shield. One for sure. And we'll move down to Mertian. Mertian, look at you. You're getting so much better with the one-handed weapon. So proud of you, Mert. Now, Basher. And we'll do cavalry for him. Wing speed and then cavalry. Aldrich the Loud will have quite a bit. Same thing with that. That. Cavalry. He definitely has a shield. All set there. What is this bottom one? We'll take 20. Heal. Rub through everyone. Looks like we're all good. Liana, let's look at Liana's skills real quick. Ah, of course, she's so noble. Look at her. She's noble. The noblest noble. 140 riding, 111 steward. Oh, she's the noblest. So, now that we have solidified our wife, let us maybe take a trunce back towards those Sturgian lands and see what we can do. We've done quite a bit already. We've just smashed 3 armies actually in total, and we've now gotten married. So let's actually find Durthert too. Durthert, where are you on the map right now? You're at Takor Castle. I think he's actually besieging it, which is, oh, it's way up there. So let's fast forward yet again, and we'll jump on up to us talking to Durthert to solidify our vassalage, because we're really not going to be getting a whole ton of money from this. Liana's party financial help, party wages. So we're not getting much of anything. We're going to be really just hemorrhaging money quick. So let us fast forward on up north to talk to Durthert. All right, so a lot has happened. We just dealt with a quick little band of looters, get some really fast experience, but we now have a war with the Asrai and with the Northern Empire. This is kind of scary, but let's take a look at these. Asrai have some good power, and the Northern Empire definitely have some good power. So this actually might make being a mercenary profitable again. Unfortunately, this gets re-evaluated every 30 days. Your mercenary contract will get re-evaluated, and it'll kind of scale as according to the parent companies. I'm sorry, the parent kingdom's need. So if it says, like, you know, we were winning so well against Sturgia, don't really need many mercenaries, so your mercenary contract's for 40 dinar. But now it's going to be quite a heavy stack against them, and we can actually probably do some damage right here to Belethor's party. He actually has a pretty scary army by comparison, though, just because there's a lot more trained infantrymen and normal infantrymen, a much better party. And this castle only has 46 troops in it. So while that would add into mine, this guy's got some good prisoners, though. Foreign. Maybe we'll take, I'm sorry, not foreign, Andros. They just immediately jumped on us, and those prisoners have a chance to be something pretty substantial. Do they have any of our prisoners? No, it doesn't look like it. You know, we're actually going to go up here to Durthert instead and try and join up with one of these armies that are probably heading down this direction anyway. Because I'm afraid to get my army beat up and then attacked by a lot of Northern Empire down there. Let's see. Yeah, see, our mercenary contract just went from 40 to 60 now. Which still is not very substantial to be. I think he's over. Talk to other members. If there's something. Huh? Takor Castle. Is he perhaps a prisoner? Oh, we took Balgard too. Yeah. We have made short work of a lot of Vlandian lands. Taken Varvanapol, Barcheg. I think we got Revel. The only thing they've got left is Sabir. Man, no wonder. Keep, no one there. Government district? No one fun. Arena? Nothing good. Okay. Staying. They're besieging this city, or this castle. My wife is here, though. My wife. I can't have her siege a castle alone. So, what I'm gonna do here is, guys are attacking up there. I'm gonna jump on this siege, help Aldrich's army. Now, I've gone this route rather than joining, because now I'll be able to control my troops. And that is actually a pretty huge advantage here, because you can actually, the sieging mechanics are fine, but it can result in a lot of your troops getting killed haphazardly, just because of the nature of the way that they deal with sieges in this game. So I'm going to take my... Because this can be like Vlandian knights and banner knights and such, and they can just get killed for no real reason, when they don't really need to be. And I apologize if we get some frame drops here. I mean, this is a siege, and sometimes that does happen. Like I said, I try to monitor this as best as possible so that it doesn't. Good job on getting the ladders up. Men, climb those ladders now.
Horsemen!
And we've already lost a billman, to give you an idea of just kind of how quick a lot of this can go. Oh no, the ladder's down. Well, Calard fears not. Calard will help. Then he'll take to the wall himself. I'll stand here and poke. You gentlemen use the other ladder. Aha! If there's one thing Calard of Garamont is good at, it's the dreaded ladder poke. I got a nice, like, shield wall up there. Oh. Oh. Ah, I tricked you. You thought you'd be able to swipe down at me, did you? Well, my men are coming up on that left side. It's called a pincer attack. The old siege pincer attack. This veteran warrior is just looking real mean. I've been chambered on the wall of all places. There it is. Give me that entrance up here. Aha, the old jump around. Guys, the most durable man in all of Sturgia. Killed him and pushed him over. I mean, there's nothing that gets more insulting than that, Calard. On the walls, Calard, on the walls! Aha! Oh, you need to lose some weight. Pushing on into the main keep here. I honestly, for as many guides as I've run and everything, I don't know how to open these gates. I've never seen how to do it. Men, you open the gate. Okay. No one opened the gate. It's better this way. I like a good fight. Ooh. They're up there in the tower still. Now, the bad thing, though, I guess conversely, to me telling my men to stop outside the gate is that they don't get a chance to kill troops. And if they don't get a chance to kill troops, you don't get a chance to get loot from it. This is scary. But so scary that it's empty. The scariest form of siege defense. Down to 2 men somewhere hidden. Somewhere sneaking around this heap. This is a bit of a bug, so we do what we do with it. Well, I was trying to say they're in between that door there. I apologize, guys. Looks like we've gotten a pretty interesting little bug here. Okay, we killed one of them, wherever that guy was. I have to say this might be the buggiest siege experience I've had, and that's actually not that bad. All right, you just turned up just in time, Calard. Will not forget your help. Of course you won't, Aldrich, because I'm your son-in-law. You're at your mercy. Well, you're my prisoner. And just a meager amount of gentlemen here. We'll take them in. I mean, you can see we've already lost like 4,000 gold just from running this army. The armies here. Okay. Your castle has fallen to your troops. You may station a garrison here to defend it against enemies. They recapture it. Okay. Dungeon. Donate prisoners. Get rid of these guys. I think honestly at this point, I'm almost better off selling him to a tavern district. In fact, I'm going to do that with him. It is very knightly to ransom people. It was done all throughout the Middle Ages. We didn't find Durthard, though. There. At least get some money out of it. I mean, that does actually increase our roguery, but you know what? Calard's cheated in a game of friendly cards, but only that. Only cards. It's only that. It's the only thing he's cheated in. Everything else he's on the level. Relatively on the level. Let us head on over to Durthard, though, and try and get what's it called? The vassalage done. Now, I keep pinging back and forth between whether or not I'm going to do the vassal. Now, the reason I think I should is because I'll be able to get access to a fief. You can get them in tier 2, but it's very rare from what I've seen. I'd like to get it so that we get one at tier 3. And I can also take Lyanna's army and disband it into mine. I'm actually kind of curious what it's comprised of. I'll show you how you check that out. Run over here to Aldrich's army. I'll join the army for a second. I'll pause it. I'll look at her army. A lot of sharpshooters, some knights, some banner knights. So she actually has a pretty sizable, nice army. I mean, an alternative here is to disband her army, but bring her into my army and take her more elite troops with me, so that it's kind of like the best of both worlds. The advantage of that is that we would be able to have kids, which would be nice. Calard wants to grow his legacy. He doesn't want to just be Calard of Garamont. He wants to be Calard of many children, as to be expected. Ooh, and another war. Western Empire against Vlandia. So it is really stacking up here. But we'll see how this kind of plays out. So let's go ahead and we'll stop over here at Chernobras and see where the is up to. Ooh, Luson's army is looking pretty disgustingly huge too. Let's take a look at Gresko's Hassel. He's still at Gresko. So we're going to head on over to Gresko's castle. So unfortunately, I had a little bit of a crash, and I have to revert back a little bit here. I apologize, guys. So instead of going south to Durthert, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up with a fun little arena fight at Omor like we originally had planned. But I do want to take a look at my inventory, or my army real quick. Unfortunately, our finances are still so rough. But looking at our army, we've got the saplings we can upgrade. And what is the cost them? So a 1 sapling upgrade is going to cost me 8 more. It's not that bad. And the gallants all can be upgraded now to Vlandian knights, with the exception of one of them. And the crossbowmen, I'm going to go from a wage of 8 to a wage. Oh, that was sharpshooters. That's another 5 increase. These guys are going to go up 3. So we'll wait just a little bit longer, and hopefully we can get it here in the next episode. Just a full upgrade to our army. It's going to be a really nice fleshing out because they'll be way stronger. Let's go ahead and take a look at trade here. Sell all this. I think we're going to sell that studded leather armor. I don't know anyone that's going to wear it. He can wear it. And I guess it is better. And I guess it's better that it's not Sturgian. In that it is Imperial instead, so maybe that's a better thing to do, you know? Not wear the armor of the person you're at war with. But we'll hold on to it. We'll just kind of see how that goes. Let's do this arena fight. Okay, here we are in this fight. We're very bottom of that first heat, but we got a Sturgian hunter on the line, so that'll be pretty nice. We have a lot of opposition here too. Morcon Ravioli here. I'm going with it. But the dreaded boar champion and I are going to be squaring off with some axe fights. Wow, you're coming at me pretty hot and heavy, dude. Take that, the double swipe in the face from an axe from Calard of Garamont. Showing the boar champion that he fears no boar. A nice group fight here. This is probably going to be with, oh, mounted. Interesting. Usually you don't get mounted combat. Oof. My focus is to take out this guy quick. Oof. Maybe I'll try and let them do their thing for a second. Hello, gentlemen. Oof. My blue team over here is looking pretty hot and bothered. Good. Got Ravioli down. Get out of here, Quarus. This is my friend.
Come on!
The worst part is if we happen to do a spirit fight, it's not going to be fun for anyone. Oh, miss. Man, I'm just not on it right now. Don't go for the horse. I'll get the horse. You get him. While I try to get him from behind. Got 1 million health. He's the strongest man alive. Aha! Man, these guys are just not taking damage. They're all so heavily armored. Oh. Morcon and I are definitely going to be squaring off together in the finals. That is not going to be fun. A Palatine Guard coming at me with a full set of armor here, too. Oh, I knew that would happen. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Got one guy swinging at me with an axe, one guy swinging at me with a spear. Just this handy piece of this. I need this. I need this. Oh. Gotta make some distance, but these guys are just on top of me. Oh. 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 Look at how happy he is after just beating me to death with his axe. You know, I want to watch this round. I want to see what goes on here. Oh, it's 2 axes. Of course, they couldn't give me the 2 axes. I had to have a guy who was incompetent with the axe just getting poked to death from one dude with a spear and the other guy with an axe. This was rigged. This was rigged by the Palatine Guard. He came in, he put a little extra money on the side here, and look what he did. He went all the way and took the Sturgian Hunter, a nice, beautiful horse that I would have loved to have had in my Vlandian stables. It's an outrage. The Tournament of Omar is why that's why we don't go to Omar anymore. Ugh, I'm not mad, just disappointed. It would have been a lovely horse. But in short, we can now see that Calard of Garamont has quite a road ahead of him. All of Vlandia has taken the majority of Sturgia, for the exception of Tial over there on the far right. And now at war with the Northern Empire, the Western Empire, and the remnants of Sturgia, Calard of Garamont definitely has to up the ante. And I think in this next episode, when we solidify our vassalage to Vlandia, we'll also be able to secure a fief, and thus our legacy will grow. So thank you guys very much for joining me here on the 10th episode of Calard of Garamont's grand journey through Vlandia. I do want to kind of put a limit to this campaign. I don't want to keep going indefinitely because of the amount of patches and things that have changed since Callard's very first episode. And I think in our next narrative campaign, my goal will be to get them out at a much faster rate so we don't deal with a lot of patches, unfortunately diluting the experience. So what I'm going to say is the goal here for Calard is that he gets a fief and he kind of establishes it a little bit. We'll try to see where that leads, what kind of wars that pulls him into, and what kind of fights that pulls him into, and hopefully what children come of it. And after we kind of establish ourselves as a vassal and get a fief, we will conclude Calard of Garamont's campaign, because as we know, the outset of this was to become a vassal of King Durthard, and hopefully one day rule over Vlandia. In the current portion of this game, we don't have that ability just yet. So we will do a different narrative campaign after we establish this one, and we'll vote on it on the channel like we always do. But I hope you enjoyed this format, because I really, really do enjoy doing it, and I think that to make it truly work, it has to be uploaded at a much faster rate, so that again we don't get a lot of turbulence from all the patches that come out. So let me know in the comment section below what you're really enjoying about this episode or what I can change in the next one, and I'll definitely do that for you guys. But as always, thank you so much for watching here today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, all that fun action. But as always, have a good one and take care.